We are gonna do some gear reviews, non-sponsored, just stuff that we've picked up along the way over the past year, some stuff that we really love, some stuff that is okay, but we might wanna upgrade at some point, and some stuff that we thought at the time was gonna, be great for camping and overlanding, and just it stays home now. It just didn't really pan out the way we thought. So first up is our new favorite cooking tool. We picked this up a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And it's the Timbo Tusk. I know it's kind of cliche. Everyone's using them now. It's kind of the big deal, but there's a reason. It's fun to cook on. It does a really good job cooking everything evenly. We love cooking outside when we can. And it has a couple different options. You can use the green Coleman, the small green Coleman propane cans, or you can use the, what's that called? The
isobutane.
Yeah, the smaller, like backpacking. There's an attachment that came with it. You can use the isobutane tanks. I think lately we've learned we prefer the green Coleman. It seems to burn, it doesn't burn quite as hot, and it lasts longer than the isobutane. But it's nice to have options. And yeah, we love this thing. So it's actually called a Scottle. The brand is Timbo Tusk. So there are other brands out there. We just went with the one that had the best reviews and is well known, and it's built well. I would also say that there's a bit of a learning curve with it. We've burnt a couple things. It can get really hot. So learning temperature and with what we're cooking, I think we're starting to figure it out. But another nice thing about it is if you cook something in the middle first, you can put it off to the side and it keeps it warm, which is nice. So I think next we're going to talk about the patio as a whole, instead of talking about one thing at a time. This is where we like to hang out most of the time. It's where we like to cook. It's where we set up for a view. So I think first we'll talk about the chairs. We got these chairs at REI. They were not cheap, but they pack up nicely. They're light. They're comfortable. I think they were a very wise purchase. So I think the chairs were a good decision. I don't think we need to upgrade those or change them. I think we're going to keep those for a while. We also got this table at REI. It works great for a table. It's not sturdy, and it also doesn't store very well. Kind of awkward to find a spot for it in the camper when we're moving. It works good for now, but I think that is one thing we're going to upgrade. Find another lightweight table that a little more room, is maybe a little more sturdy, and packs up. I know REI has one that actually rolls up, kind of like the chairs. I think that'd be more ideal for packing and just food prep, stuff like that. So something that we didn't necessarily get for camping but has worked out great is this dog bed. It's one of the trampoline dog beds. I'm pretty sure we got it on Amazon. It's Wes approved, it's Roxanne approved. It keeps them off the ground, keeps them warm. And when we put it in the camper, it kind of holds everything together, keeps things from moving around. So that's actually been a great addition to our camping when we bring the dogs.
Good boy.
We'll make sure to put links to everything we talk about today in the description below. Like I said before, this is not sponsored stuff. It's just our review of all the things. So another thing we really love is this rug. It's nylon, it rolls up nice. It sheds dirt pretty well, dirt and mud, and it fits in the camper well when we're packing up. I would say the only thing I don't like is the dust and the fine grained sand. When we go off-roading or whatever, the rug leaves some of that inside the camper. So I would say we could put it in some kind of plastic tubing, but then it wouldn't fit because it's tight fit now. But overall, we love this rug. One thing we got when we got our camper that wasn't on it to begin with was this awning. It's a Fiamma F45. So happy we made this purchase and had them install it. It keeps the sun off of us. It's only rained once when we camped, but it keeps the rain off of us. And it's just kind of a cool little spot. Makes it an even cooler spot to hang out. We put party lights up. So yeah, great addition.
It makes us feel like we have a home base, and it keeps everything together.
Yeah, it's a popular spot to hang out when we're with friends.
Party porch.
What'd that one guy call it on YouTube? Or was
Party
that?
side.
No.
Oh, was it the Patio?
Patio.
Patio?
Yes.
Patio. The Patio.
It's the Patio. One thing that we purchased a while back before we had the camper were two things. Two Yetis ice boxes. We don't typically bring them with the camper because we have a fridge, but unfortunately our fridge broke on one of our bigger trips. It's actually scheduled to get fixed this Monday, which would be nice. But the Yetis, they're just great. They keep everything cold. They do take up a lot of space and they're heavy. That's why we don't usually bring them. And Emily found that if you freeze water bottles and use them instead of ice, they keep everything very cold for days at a time. And then you don't have all that melted ice getting into your food and stuff. So the Yetis are just one of those things that we love when we use them. Another thing we purchased a while back was a shower tent, which was a good purchase, especially like if you're out here and you're wide open and you want a private place to do your business. Really comes in handy. But recently we found that the portable toilet we have fits nicely in the camper even when the bed's pulled out. So it's nice to have it in the camper for emergencies, or like tonight's going to be low 20s, it's going to be very cold, and you don't really want to go out in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. So the shower tent is one of those things that the more we do this, we realize we really don't need it, and we still have yet to use the outdoor shower on the camper. I'm not saying we won't. If we ever go to Baja or something, it'd be nice to have something to rinse off in. But I wouldn't say don't get a shower tent, but we really just don't use it anymore. It's become one of those things that usually stays home, unfortunately, but we're just finding what works for us. Another thing we've purchased that is very important to us, especially for self-recovery, are the Mighty Max Tracks, which are mounted way up top right now. We still have yet to use those, but the peace of mind of having them is important. And there are thousands of reviews on YouTube or on the internet about how good they are. We have no doubt that they will come in handy one day. So just having them is, like I said, peace of mind. When we leave tomorrow, we're gonna do a little exploring on the beach and hit some sand, and who knows, maybe we'll have to use them tomorrow, but it's just nice having them there. And I have read there's cheaper ones you can get, but I've also heard that some of them are one-time use only. So in the long run, if you have to buy 3 or 4 sets of them, there's your price of your Max Tracks right there. So we didn't mind spending the extra money on what we know works well and they last forever. So we love having those. As far as self-recovery goes, besides the Max Trax recovery boards, we also have a Bubba rope. Right here, it's a kinetic rope, and it is rated at 28,600 pounds. So it's plenty of enough rope to get us out or get someone else out if they're stuck in the sand or mud or whatever. And we also have soft shackles from Bubba Rope, and those are also, they're rated at 45,000 pounds. So we've yet to use these two, but I'm sure we will one day. And that's part of our recovery kit. And then I keep my tool bag behind the seat also. And this has all your basic tools. Has some electrical tools. There's a little mallet in there. You know, anything that we might need if we're out on our own. It's always good to have a nice little tool kit. We also have back here, so it's a like multi-tool shovel, and you can use it to split wood, kindling, but small and light. Forget what's in here.
It's really like a fire starter.
Oh, it is a fire starter. So yeah, kind of a cool little multi-purpose tool / shovel. Another thing we bought that's been really useful, especially for dispersed camping where you don't have dumpsters or places to put your trash. We like to be really responsible and pack everything out. We got one of the canvas spare tire bags. It works great. We tie it up to the steps on our camper. We put like 3 bags of trash in there at one point. You can also put wood in there. You put all kinds of stuff in them. This one we got, the bag itself is nice heavy duty canvas, and it has pockets on it and, you know, all kinds of ways to attach different things. This one is from Overland Vehicle Systems. My only issue has been these buckles. We've broken almost every buckle, so it won't hold its weight. So I use this moving rope as a secondary way to hold the bag on, which is fine. There's all kinds of brands out there. I think we got this one because at the time everything was like 2 months out during COVID. So as you know, the bag itself is great. The buckles didn't last, so you might want to shop around if you're looking for one of these. But this is, yeah, just the best way to pack everything out when we're done camping. Something else, hi bud. Something else that we purchased when we got the truck was an air compressor. If you've seen our videos, we're on a lot of washboard roads, and I feel like a lot of times there's that anxiety where you got to get there and get that camp spot. So we're kind of always in a hurry. So when I talk about airing down, I mean we take some of the air pressure out of the tires, and that allows us to travel a little bit faster on those washboard roads. You're not shaking everything to death, but you have to be able to air back up when you hit the pavement. So I got this Via Air, just a little portable air compressor that it works great. You just hook it up to your battery, and it comes with this little hose with a gauge. And it usually takes me about 10 minutes to air back up when we're done. So this is great to have. We even use it to air up inner tubes or, you know, stuff like that. So another great addition to what we have to take out with us when we're dispersed camping or, you know, just out there. Going to racetrack in Death Valley was brutal. And I tried going slow at first, and that just made things worse. It's just better for us to be able to air down. And I usually air down to about 22, 23 PSI. And that seems to be a sweet spot. especially with the weight we carry with the camper. I don't know if I'd go much lower than that. So yeah, having the air compressor is great. Allows us to get out there in a timely manner, and we're not shaking everything to death in the camper.
I mean, we're kind of shaking everything anyways, but less.
We've only lost a fog light at this point, which is pretty impressive for some of the roads we've been on. Something that has kept me up at night, I always worry about a dead battery, especially if we're way out in the desert or just out on our own or up in the mountains. So last year we were at a wedding and my dad's truck battery had died, and someone at the wedding busted one of these out, and it's just a really small, convenient battery charger, or not charger. It'll start your car. A jumper, thank you. So got one of these on Amazon, and yeah, oops, you just hook this up to your battery and give it a jump, you're good to go. And it's small, super light, fits under the seat with my other recovery gear. So this is a no-co. But yeah, just more peace of mind. If our battery for some reason dies throughout the night, especially when it's cold out, we know that we can at least get started if we're by ourselves. So let's talk about fire. We are big fans of being able to burn wood fires. If we're somewhere where there's a fire ring, we always do a little research so we know if we can have fires. And yeah, there's nothing like the smell of a burning fire, the crackle. With the fire season being as bad as it was last year, we actually switched to a propane fire pit, portable fire pit, which we love. This trip, we knew we could have fires, but we weren't sure about fire rings. There's some man-made stuff out here, some rocks, and online it said it had to be in an established fire ring. So we brought our Solo, which we got when we first got our camper, and it's pretty handy when you're dispersed camping. We don't want to build our own fire pits, so it's really nice to have this thing. We were going to get rid of it when we got the propane fire pit, but obviously it's coming in handy this weekend. It burns hardwood, so I cheated and I had some old pine for kindling, but you're not supposed to burn in here. You're supposed to use hardwood, and it keeps the smoke low. It's a pretty cool little fire pit. Like I said, we love our propane fire pit. It's just, times are changing, and with drought, and we never know when we're going to be able to have wood fires. So this is a nice treat for us. But yeah, we'll post the propane fire pit in another clip, but we love that thing. And that thing, we can hook it up to we have 2.5 pound propane tanks in our camper. So we use one of those with the propane fire pit, and that thing will last us 3 or 4 nights on one tank. And then we have the other tank for things like cooking in our furnace. So yeah, we love having a fire. So tonight we're burning some hardwood. We got a big box of store-bought hardwood, and it's getting cold out, but this thing's already warming me up. So good purchase. Check out the Solo stoves and the portable fire pits.
We hope that you found this 1-year gear review helpful. When we were getting into overlanding, we had to dig through piles and piles of online reviews to find the tools that worked for our lifestyle. So in some small way, we really do hope that this comprehensive video has been helpful for you. If you like this video, please make sure to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. If you have any comments or questions about any of the stuff that we reviewed today, please make sure to leave it in the comments below. And also a quick note, just remember, we're not sponsored by any of these companies. We have no intention of being sponsored by any of these companies. We just wanted to provide you with an honest gear review.
We're always open to suggestions too.
Absolutely. So please make sure to drop those in the comments too. We hope that wherever the roads take you, you have an awesome adventure out there.